Praise the Lord. So good morning, my brothers and sisters in the Lord. I I was thinking that I have to present it to you a continuation of what I have presented yesterday on 666 Revealed. But before that, let me read as our fundamental or foundation this morning. Let me read again the verses that I have read for two times. This is now the third time. And let me start from chapter uh, 13th chapter of Revelation, 11 until uh, 18. Okay? Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns, like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. He exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and he makes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose fatal one was healed. He performs great signs so that he even makes fire come down out from heaven to the earth in the presence of men. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth because of the signs which it was given to him to perform in the presence of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who had the wand of the sword and has come to life. And it was given to him to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast would even speak and cause as many as do not worship the image of the beast to be killed. And he causes all the small and the great, and the rich and the poor, and the free men and the slaves to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he provides that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark, either in the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast. For the number is that of a man, and his number is 666. Father, we thank you for another day, a chance of presenting your gospel this morning. And so this morning, Father God, we entrust everything to you, and may the Holy Spirit illumine our mind for this understanding. Help me to express and to explain to those people who are listening right now. In Jesus' name, amen. So again, I find it to have another series in continuation to what I have presented last Sunday, May 17, and then yesterday, May 19, and then today 20. So, in relation to these three areas, so part 2 of 666 Revealed, I categorized this I divided my presentation this morning in three categories. First, logical category, and the second one, technical category, and then the third one, hypothetical or theory. So that's my presentation this morning. So let me start directly. Later on, I will present it to you in a whiteboard presentation. But let me give you first the logical reason. When we say biochips embedded to our body, aka 666, is what do we mean by that? When we say bio, that's meaning it's self, personal, own. And when we say chips, that is a small thing, a piece of wood or anything, a little piece. So, a little piece of you, a little piece of me. That means biochips. I hope you understand me. So I have to go to my more logical reason in the board. Okay? So I will present it to you. I hope I can get to you. Once again, pardon my crooked English sometimes, but I hope you understand me. Okay? So let's start with in diagram 1. Alright, so this is my diagram 1. Focus muna. let me give you the development of the SIM pack or SIM card today before it became a SIM pack or card today. But before it became a SIM pack or SIM, it was an analog form of module, analog. So embedded in the number, and you cannot change the number in your mobile phone. All right. So, but in late 80s or middle 80s, we came to a SIM pack. So what do we mean by SIM? SIM is this one, SIM, meaning subscribers identification module. So it's a little piece of flat brass thing or whatever embedded into your cell phone to contain your number, that contains the number, that access everything. So again, I have a diagram presentation in this type of presentation. So I would like to present to you because when I go to my technical, I will be going also with this. So this is what happened. This is what I have explained the other day, yesterday, that what is inside of the chip or the SIM. Okay, what's inside of it? Of course, you can see the graphics around there, but I may not be presenting you the whole techniques of it or technical reason of it, but at least I can give you the principle of doing it. The principle of doing it. So I have numbers later on. I will give you the science of it. Assuming that this is it, I said what I have said yesterday, that the computer will not read letters or numbers, but the computer reads bars. And the smallest bars that the computer can read is point number 3. So 3. Again, if you notice this kind of bar, there are two exceeding. Sometimes they are not overlapping each other. But the point is that they are overlapping so that they can be identified. It is. So if it is point 3 and point 3, sometimes the next one is bigger one or biggest one. It depends. So that is point 3 and point 3, that is equals to 6. Point 3, point 3 equals to 6. Point 3 and point 3 of course equals point 6. So I said that's a presentation. So how it happens? Okay? Later on in my technical, I present to you why it is being energized. So I said that energized. Dapat may di pa yan. Right. Okay. Once your SIM is energized, so comes after the code. In the Philippines, we have a country code of +63. I don't know in some other country, but I know in the UAE or for sure Dubai has +97, if I'm not wrong. And then that is considered as 09. That's what we know. But if you type +63 and 9, it's okay. But if you type 09, that's exclusive for the Philippines. And here what happens? Maybe the second line, I don't know the placement, but this is the principle. The first one is the country code, and then the next one, I don't know if you have noticed, the cell phone, when the SIM pack arrived, there was an assignment, maybe, I'm not so sure, but it was an assignment given from the NTC. Given from the NTC. I don't know, you can relate this, because when the numbers or the SIM pack came, the starting number sometimes 0918. If that is 0918, that refers to smart. 0918, 0919, 0920, and 21. That was as I remember. But maybe there was a congestion and they added another numbers. But if you can see 0917, that belongs to the globe. 0917, 0916, and 0915. So that was their demarcation. So this is it. Assuming that this is your number, okay? So if that SIM card is being activated, so who can tell that maybe that first line is the assignment? So this is your number now. Assuming that your number is 0918, the computer is that is smart. And then the following module or numbers, we do not know how it happens, but Basically, this is what happens. Assuming that your number is 0918 123 4567. So that's it. That's the succeeding numbers assigned to that line. Again, there is no letter and numbers on it, but the computer reads on it. So assuming this is again happened during the time. Alright. Let's go to the diagram number 2. What if that number assigned to you embedded in a form of biochips to the part of your body, hand or head, forehead? So it looks like this. So it is energized, and then another country code. Perhaps who do not know, or who will know, or who knows about it. Maybe the first line is your name, the second one is the birth date and time you were born. The third one, I mean, this is only an assumed presentation, but this is the principle. Alright? So, who do not know that the first line after the energizing it, the first one is country code, the plus 63 I said, was the 09. And the second one, instead of putting the number, they write it or encode your name on it. For example, Juan, let's use, sorry if there is a Juan de la Cruz, but let's use the common name. Juan de la Cruz. Instead of putting name, Juan de la Cruz, born in somewhere, at the time of what? And then the father's name, mother's name. What else we can do? This is the assignment. And then the second one, maybe who we do not know, but I mean, this is only an assumption of it. Simply as this one. Later on, I will explain this. The last 4 digits. Alright. Maybe the assignment of the second line is this one. Your education or educational background. Maybe your school. Maybe your job. Or the status, and so on and so forth. Alright? So, how it happens? Can you tell me that there is certain Juan de la Cruz, birth at the same time, at the same mother, at the same father, at the same job, has the same job, went to the same school, has the same educational background, went to the same school, had the same job or status, and so on and so forth. There is only one in the world like Juan de la Cruz that I have presented. I hope you have get me. Okay, let me give you an assignment of this. Today, this is our assignment. This is our SIM, subscribers identification mode. This is our module. Alright? I give you a history. Well, I will not brag you. I'm not so good during my studies. Sometimes I was below average. But this is not to brag, but this is just to quote to you on this number with regards to SIM. Sometimes in early 90s, I had a friend. His name was Rodney. I don't know where he is now. Rodney. He works in a mobile phone company somewhere in Davao. And then, to shorten the story, that certain company bought, because it was the rise of cell phone in Davao City, you know that. But it was in the form of analog. There is no SIM pack yet. It was an embedded number inside the cell phone or mobile phone. And so there was a problem of the cell phone. Thousands of cell phones arrived in their company because they cannot open it. There was a password on that cell phone. So the company manager wanted to send it back to, I think that was in Finland, send it back to Finland. I don't know what that Finland is. Wanted to bring that or send back that cell phone, but before sending it, what he did was, all of his employers, he sent one cell phone each, or mobile phone each, to decode it. And he has said, according to my friend, that there was a price of it. Who can decode it? So, since the cell phone or the mobile phone brought by my friend, it was with me, so I tried to, to fix it. And then evening, everybody was asleep, I was awake. But to shorten the story, at almost 2 o'clock in the morning, I was able to decode it. Okay? Then I woke up my friend and said, I decoded. And then in the morning he went to his job and come back in the afternoon and said, the boss was happy. I could be a thousandaire during those time. I mean, I will not say millionaire, but I could be a thousandaire. If there was 10,000 cell phone to be decoded, then he will give, because the price of cell phone during those time, 35,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, that was the price of it. He can give me 500 pesos for each cell phone just to decode it, then I could be a thousandaire, not millionaire. So there I found, because every time I opened the cell phone, there was a flash number with it. It's just a clip number with it. So as I fix it, I found out that the last 4 digits of that cell phone, it was the password of it. It was the password. Before it becomes the common password, the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6, it was a cell phone like that. The cell phone is like that. Each cell phone has its own subscribers module with different password. So I could do that because when I found that it was 5456 example, of course I forgot the number, 4567 number, then I will change it, then I could have much money during this time. But what I'm saying is that I am sure that the last digits, it is your personal data. It could be a reverse one to what I have explained, but the principle is there. I hope you have understood me. Okay? So let's go to my technical presentation, how it happens. Later on, I will go to my board presentations. Okay? So I am here. Before presenting my technical, then I would like to tell you, I'm not bragging again, but to tell you that I have a little bit of clearance to explain it to you because I will show you some of my credentials. Anak, can you focus it? Alright. I covered the names, but I would like to tell you all of my licenses were expired because I'm not working it anymore. Only for DIY, do it yourself. So I had a license for electrician. The government given me this one, preparing electrical materials, installing electrical components and fixtures, installing electrical wiring, connecting electrical device equipment, and checking electrical installation. So these are all about building wiring license. I mean, it is expired one. And then the second one is I had also a license of IE, industrial electrician. So I mean, I'm not bragging again, but to tell you, because maybe you will not believe of my presentation of technical because who is that person? Well, I have that, I mean, a little bit credential of telling you, aside from being practicing it, I have a credentials on it, but it is expired now. Alright, so what it says in industrial electrician, alright, just listen to it, just focus it. Alright, okay, you can pause it and reread it for yourself. Performing safety practices, mounting and aligning electrical equipment, installing electrical wiring, connecting electrical motors, installing connection motors controls, connecting banking transformers and associated electrical equipment, inspecting installation, testing and commissioning, performing maintenance and checkup, repairing and replacement electrical defects. So these are all things that I have not only a theory, but I have practiced this when I was in Dubai. Right? Another one, oh boy, I missed my job in Dubai. Right? Oh, here are the competencies that I have said while I go in industrial wiring. Again, it is the list of competencies. Use and connect electrical measuring and testing. Connect and operate manual operated DC motor control. Connect and operate direct online full voltage non-reversible magnetic starters. connect and operate various reduced voltage starters, design and apply motor control on conveyor, dynamic braking, hoist, or elevator, and dual speed control, compute and determine various motor branch circuits elements, and banking of transformer. That was industrial electrician's license. Again, expired. Number 3 license I had is this one. Maybe this is your first time to hear it, but it looks like it is commonly used in all uh, fabricas, or what is that? Manufacturing, especially in battling corporations. All right. This is about pneumatics and electro-pneumatics. Can you focus it enough, please? All right, you can pause it for yourself, but I would like to read it. Now, I have also a license, again, expired. Plan and prepare for maintenance, repair and testing on pneumatics and electro-pneumatic system. Prepare and identify components of pneumatics and electro-pneumatic system. Install and assemble pneumatics and electro-pneumatic system. Wire and test pneumatics and electro-pneumatic system. Troubleshoot and repair pneumatics and electro-pneumatics. Maybe you will say, oh, it's my first time to hear that. But if you can ride a bus or whatever, or trains, it is an automatic door opening and automatic closing. Doors are automatic. That is how the industrial wiring are connected with the pneumatic and electro-pneumatic. But basically, pneumatic and electro-pneumatic is used in the manufacturers of battling. You can see the push button of those cylinders that came out. Okay. Again, I'm not bragging, but I will just tell you why I can tell you the principles of having that kind of principle because of this. Anak, please focus on this. This is a salvage magnetic contactor mine many years ago. So this is the principle. You can see. All right, just focus it, please. Have it? All right. Just focus it or pause it for your understanding later on. So here's my job on doing this magnetic contactor. It has an NC. Okay, let me explain first the inner one. Inside of it are windings. They call the line 1 is A1 and the line 2 is A2. Sometimes they're coupled in one side. Sometimes it is placed on the outside. It depends, but the same principle. And then it has four lines on it. 3 lines. Alright? So it has coding. I will not explain to the real detail of it because it takes time. But there is an NC. You can see the NC and the NO. NC meaning that it is normally closed. Meaning it is, if it has no current, it looks like it has a connection, 100% connection. We call that NC, normally closed. But once it is energized, this NC, it will become NO, normally open. And those normally open, when it is energized, it will become NC, normally closed. It's a vice versa. If the NC is NO now, the NO before, it will become NC, and that is vice versa. Why I say that? Because this is it. So, as what I have said before, whether it is scanned reversibly, as long as it is vertical, but comes a time that whatever position of that code is, it will be read by the computer, whatever position. Because I've heard that some countries, especially in Europe, that when you go to a market or grocery stores, you put it in the cart and then pass in the packing center and pay the bills, because every time you pass the alley is full with sensors. So regardless of how it happens, but this is it. I hope I can have it, because I have a problem with my red pen, okay? So once it is energized, for example, once it is energized, it will become automatic. Can you see the red line, anak? Once it is energized, it will also energize here. It will also energize maybe here. That's the basic principle. And then the normally closed there, it become normally open. So that when it is scanned, it will read here, read here, read here, read here. And so it will close again, and then it will run here, 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 here. And then finish. That's the main purpose of that magnetic contactor. But in the computer and the scanner, I don't know if they have magnetic contactor, but the other version of it is the magnetic relay. Magnetic relay. Now, maybe it sounds so technical for you, but I tell you that the same principle applied because I've been working. I mean, this is not to brag. I've been working on tower cranes and elevators and anything that is propelled with motors, sensors, and limit switch. I did that in my job before. So it looks like this. So see, this is, can you see it now? See. By the way, maybe any time from now I'll be having my blog on electrical wirings, and you can look it in YouTube. So I will have my presentation based on my experience, the easiest one and the simplest one. Just watch it. Okay. All right. So this is it. So it looks like this, but once it is energized, it will push me down, push down. So of course you can attach everything you can attach in that, what we call that auxiliaries. Auxiliaries. So once it is energized, the A1, A2 will be energized. It will push down. So again, that happens. The NC, the normally closed, will become normally open, and the normally closed, the normally open will become normally closed. And this is it. Assuming that there is no current, so it looks like this. Dead. Dead. Why? Because there is no energy. But if it is energized, it has an energy. That's why the biochips needs a battery. We call that lithium battery, and that can be in place to what part of the body that battery can be charged lifetime. I said yesterday, early 90s or 80s, there was a research, Western research on where the part of the body that has a constant heat, friction, or fluctuations. They're spending billions of dollars on it, and they find out that the only part of the body that has a frequent fluctuation of heat is in the hand, used hand, or in the hairlines of the forehead. So that battery, that number is dead if there is no battery on it. But once it is embedded, it is energized. That by the time you go to the market, that's why, that is the reason why, if your ATM card is offline, that is dead. You cannot withdraw money or transact money transactions because it is dead. But if there is a line on it, energized. Can you see the red line, Anna? If it is energized, it will be ready for anything. So the module needs battery to energize it, so that it can transact, it can work, it will work out. So it will happen right there. So the code, the chips or the biochips is dead when there is no battery. Just like your cell phone, it has a location module. But if your battery is dead, you cannot be located. I don't know if you have understand me. All right. So that was my logical. I am done with my technical also. Let me go to my hypothetical or theories, hypothetical explanation of it. All right. All right. So my hypothetical explanation is this. This happens Because for safety, security, and convenience. I said that many times already. Safety, security, and convenience. This has happened because it is a fast transaction, easy transaction, immediate transaction. Immediate transaction. It is an economic transaction. It is like, or we call that a social development transaction. Just like the law of the economics, we know that the law of supply and demand. If there are so much supply, the demand is low, and if there is shortage of supply, the demand is high. The question is, who created that law? No one created that law. It is called an economic law of economics. Sorry, no one created that. It is the result of supply and demand. Again, if the supply is short, the demand is high. If the supply is so much, the demand is low. No one created that. Why I say that? Because the 666, it is not created by one person just to possess us. It is a development or the equilibrium of the society, or equilibrium of social demand. Because of too much demand, then comes this one. Easy, fast, secured, convenience, immediate. Name it. So no one created it for the purpose for you to be tagged off. It is the result, the equilibrium of social demand. Equilibrium of social demand. When you say equilibrium, to level up of the demand. That's why I said, from the point of view, and let me conclude it, from the point of view of the Christians, we should be aware because it is already an existence or the existence of a social happening today. Some will say, it is created by this person, that group. Maybe they are the vehicle of doing it. But this is to level the demand of the society. I hope you understand me. Because, again, law of supply and demand. If the the supply is low, the demand is high. If the supply is much, the demand is low. Now, how you define law? Law is the atmosphere, the governing rule of the society. So, for example, that road before, there is no one-way traffic because there were only a few cars maybe running on that road. But because of the so much cars, it becomes now on one-way traffic. Why? Because that is to level up the demand of the society. Same here. No one technically use it for the purpose that you not be hooked. No. It is the demand, the result, the equilibrium of societal demand. I hope I have given it perfectly. Now, let me read to you. If that is so, then what is that? If that is so, then what is that? Okay, let me read to you one more verse and then we're done. All right. In Matthew chapter 24, and let me start reading from verse 4 up to 13. All right. And Jesus answered and said to them, "See to it that no one misleads you. For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will mislead many. And you will be hearing of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not frightened, for those things must take place. But that is not yet the end. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And in various places there will be famines and earthquakes. But all these things are merely the beginning of birth pangs. Then they will deliver you to tribulation and will kill you. And you will be hated, all nations, because of my name. And the time many will fall away, will betray one another and hate one another. Many false prophets will rise and will mislead many. Because of lawlessness is increased, most people's love will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. See? You can see it in the Facebook. If the post is joke, many are participating. Like it, check it, or comment on it. But there are only several few only accepted. When you post a verse or a God question, because it's stated here, the love of many will become cold because of the lawlessness of man. Lawlessness of man. That the man righteous of their own, but the end of it are not good. So if you allow me to have one more verse, I will read one more verse, and that is in Revelation chapter 14, 9 to 11. And let me proceed to also 12. Okay, 9, Revelation 14, 9. Then another angel, a third one, followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receive a mark on his forehead or on his hand, he also will drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is mixed with full strength in the cup of his anger, and he will be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment goes up forever and ever. In some verse, everlasting. They have no rest, day and night, those who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name. And take note, last verse. Here is the perseverance of the saints, who keep the commandments of God and their faith in Jesus. This is it. If our government will push through this kind of system so that for economic, safety, convenience, easy, immediate, and so on, and if it has a number, and that's it. Prophecy fulfilled. In some country, yes, it is already fulfilled. Again, this is a broad topic. This is a broad topic. Maybe I will be having my more series about 666 Revealed. But I hope I have given you my ideas on it. Again, I'm not bragging myself that I am good. I'm just presenting you not only here, but also here and also here. Because I've been an electrician throughout of my life. Even I'm a pastor, I'm also a technician. Because I fix houses most often. But now, not so much because of my age. So, I hope I have given you much of my explanation. And if you have questions, by the way, this presentation, because of the question of, Ate Beng Pitorbos Serondo. Thank you, Ate Beng, for that question. I am encouraged, and this is the reason why I presented it to you. And also, Inday from America. What's that family name? Arakimia? Estrella? No. Basta, Kabalokan. I don't know what. Yes. Actually, adopted family yun sa Mandak. Because of that question and queries, I was encouraged to present it to you. And maybe you have more questions. Alemania? Archie Alemania. Okay. So that's it. No, in short. So because of that queries, I am encouraged. Now, if you have questions, just write it down. Perhaps I can answer it. I'm not bragging myself. I'm just presenting you based on my experience. Again, in here, a little bit of here, and here, and here. Okay? Sa isip, sa salita, at sa gawa. Okay? Just watch maybe next time on series number 3. Oh, the 666 revealed. How it happens? Because the question of atoming, when was the year it started? Then how it happens via economic, to prove to you that it is the equilibrium, the equilibrium of social demand. Why I say that? I can explain that how it happens and what countries and what particular years it happened. By now, God bless everyone. Stay fit, stay strong, stay low. Amen.